Afraid is truly the voice of our generation.
We're back. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, obviously we're not in our regular setup. No soundboard today, unfortunately, unless we just decide to do it with our mouths.
That's what she said. But, well, I mean, I could add the soundboard in after.
We'll do it in post.
Yeah, but no, I won't do that because that's too much work.
But yeah, we are. Oh my gosh, the cats are going to be a nuisance.
Yeah, this is going to be a 20-minute pod.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna get annoyed.
We have quite a bit to talk about, actually. We put ourselves through I would say a good 3 full weeks of Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah. It's like the worst.
My brain, I have nothing in my brain except for Good as Gold Uber Eats remix.
No, don't do it. I was waiting for it, but yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I can't believe I can't believe you put me through that.
No, I think we had a good time watching it. We had so much quality time.
That was like the Navy SEALs like Hell Week, like where they like some of them die and shit. That's what that was. What it
When they're
was
all
like.
holding hands in the water, like in the Lone Survivor.
Yeah.
Like, no, that'll be the Kardashians. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, we are
the worst people on that show, by the way.
Well, I was gonna kind of detour off of that because I could talk all day about it. Even Morbid. I was listening to Morbid today, and they were like, literally, Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye was on their pod, and they were like, have you heard about Scandival?
It's just like the worst. It's the worst. Like the people on it are so bad.
No, we
like
love
you
Ken.
You like Lala, and she's the worst person. She's the most delusional. She lies every episode. She like completely lies like about something important, and then they like show a flashback of her literally lying like
she
seconds
shits
earlier.
on everybody's relationship, but immediately is like, do not talk about my man.
Even though she was like,
Even though we all know how that ends now.
Yeah, like in the Scandival thing, like she had so much to say about Scandival, even though she banged James while he was with Raquel.
Yeah, and he pays for your rent.
Should we clip that for the pod?
That has to go on our soundboard. Oh my! No, the only thing we have to put on our soundboard from that, we need to clip that clip of Ken when he says "Don't handle."
Right.
Oh my god. We are too deep into this, and
it's scripted and it's like nonsense, but you made me sit there every single
but
night.
I think it was just what we needed to spice up our relationship.
Right.
Right.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Segueing.
Hilarious because Lord DIY on their podcast Wild Till 9, she didn't know that segue was segue, and she was like, let's segue into the next
right.
You can see that happening, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyways, segueing into the next. We just finished the first episode of Righteous Gemstones season 3. Oh my god, it's
our fave.
We
show
have been waiting for. If you guys can't tell, we are the biggest Workaholics fans. We love TII Nash. Like, we are just in it to win it.
Steal their soundboard.
Yeah. So anytime any of our guys are in anything, we have to watch. But I feel like Righteous Gemstones is so much more because we get Danny McBride.
Yeah, true. And David Gordon Green.
And you guys know Danny McBride is
Truly the voice of our generation. As you start off every pod saying.
You know,
Well, did you say that because we watched Righteous
I
Gemstones?
don't
Or was
know
that
if it
because
was
of...
because of Halloween.
It might have been because of Pineapple Express or
Pineapple
something.
Express. Remember when he's like, you ate a box of nerds out of that stripper's butthole?
Right.
Oh my god. It's been a while since we've recorded
We'll have to watch that again.
our annual watch.
Right. Multiple
Our,
times a
like,
year.
Yeah, our like or what is it? Quarterly? Our quarterly watch.
Oh my gosh. Well, we just watched the first episode and it looks like the second episode is out.
Yeah, we'll probably have to watch it after we finish recording, but honestly,
and we got caught up on so many shows.
yeah, I am so excited about just TV Yellow Jackets. There's so many theories about
Right.
what's going on, and I don't know what to believe anymore, and I don't know whether to believe if this season was just a filler to get us to more episodes, or I don't know.
Honestly.
So many theories. Lost? Do you think it's going to tie into Lost? Do you think that they are in the Canadian wilderness and TW skinwalkers?
Well, speaking of Lost, we started watching that show from its first season.
Yes, we started from yesterday.
And that's by the producers of Lost, and I think the one guy's in it. The guy from Lost is in...
Yeah, from... While it feels low budget, and while it does feel low budget, it's scary. It feels scary.
It feels very, like Stephen King-esque.
Very Stephen King-esque. It feels very ominous. And I don't know.
Have you seen any of the show Castle Rock?
No. Is that the one where it's like an anthology about Stephen King's whereabouts?
Oh.
Goldmember fans?
Yeah,
You'll
I'll
get
have
that?
to clip that in there.
Tell me, what do you know about my father's whereabouts?
But the yeah, I don't know if it might be an anthology. Yeah, I don't remember
Is that
exactly.
the
I
one-
only
'cause
saw like a couple
No,
episodes.
because I know that the first season is something, second season is Misery, I believe, with Lizzie Kaplan. Right?
I don't know. I only saw a couple episodes of the first season, but it's giving that show a little bit to me.
Well, maybe.
Like a little bit of like the same like atmosphere, I guess I should say.
Do you know what show I really want to watch? And I even have a season of it on DVD.
True Blood.
We do have to finish True Blood. No, Channel Zero.
What the heck's that?
It's an anthology horror show. I believe majority of the seasons are on Shudder, I want to say. But I think I have season 3 on DVD, and there is
I look so bad.
you don't look bad. One of the seasons, the promo is just a kid with a bunch of, just covered in teeth.
Right.
And it makes me feel really icky.
Well, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
But that show well, we're on what, the second episode, third episode?
We just finished the second episode, and I kind of feel like the creepy. There was 2 people that were like let into the house in the second episode, and the smiles they had is definitely giving Smile from this year.
Right.
Right. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing,
Honestly.
but I feel like the setting, kind of feeling like a time loop in the beginning, how they were just kind of stuck in this circle of a road. I hate time loops, but I don't hate this show.
Yeah. It's pretty good. We'll have to keep watching it, get caught up. I remember we watched like the promo for the second season and it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what else did we do? Oh, What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows. I
just finished
feel
that.
like Colin Robinson. Colin is Robinson, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's become Guillermo was my favorite, and then it was Nandor, of course, and then it was Little Nadia. But I feel like Colin is becoming my favorite. His transformation from baby to...
But what about Laszlo?
Oh, I forgot all about... I don't give a fuck. His name's Mike. Yeah, they're all my favorites. Okay, I can't pick one. I love the fucking cast. They're so good.
I know. I can't wait till it comes back. Do you think Kyle's directing like a bunch of episodes again?
We hope so. Speaking of our guys, Kyle Newacek directed a few episodes. You can always tell which episodes are directed by Kyle because they're always a little bit shorter and they're always a little bit more sexually charged.
Right.
They are.
Charged.
He did an orgy episode.
Right.
Oh my god.
He always gets charged.
He always gets charged. I'm trying to think of what else we've been watching. Oh,
right. Well, Vanderpump Rules.
I was gonna say, if you want to move into movies really quick, we did finally watch Beau Is Afraid.
Oh yes. We should do a full review. Actually, wait.
Stop.
We watched something else before
We
that.
watched. Are we thinking about the same thing? Because there was one thing you wanted to get real mad about on.
John Wick 4.
No, you said yesterday you're like, I'm gonna rant about this on the pod.
Was it Beau Is Afraid? No.
No, it was
'Cause we
something
like that.
else. But we did start Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Oh, right. Well, yes, but what did I want to rant about?
I don't know, man. You were on one. I just forgot what it was about.
Right. It's probably something stupid like John Wick 4 or something.
No, because I feel like that wasn't fresh in our minds like yesterday. Well, actually it was because we went to Walmart and we saw the DVDs and we're like, ugh.
Right.
But we'll get into that. We
watch?
watched episodes 1 and 2 of Black Mirror season 6. Joan is Awful and Lock Henry, and they were both.
Yeah.
I would say Lock Henry was
better.
It was so good. It was like 4 out of 5 good. Joan is Awful, I feel, wasn't a very... That could have been like a filler episode midway through.
Yeah, I liked some of the elements in that, but it like kind of went off the rails towards the end. I feel like they just like gave us like a safe ending, which is kind of annoying.
I think
they could have went full Black Mirror with that one, and it would have been a lot better, like a big twist or something.
I feel like it was a way for them to introduce Streamberry.
Yeah.
But I remember what you have to rant about.
Was it the Streamberry thing and how they're not using Netflix?
It was The Idol.
Oh, right. Right. We're all over the place this pod. Well, first of all, Streamberry.
We're back!
Yeah. We're back. But we do have we have like 5 podcasts today, just in case you guys hear them.
4 of the 5 are here.
I tried to like do some stuff with our audio board over here to try to like minimize the background noise, but just in case they heard anything. But yeah, literally like, well, first of all, Streamberry, like what I guess like I guess it was just like an artistic choice, but I feel like they could have just like used Netflix because like they used like Facebook
it would have
and
been
Twitter.
scarier with Netflix.
Yeah, like that would have had a lot more of an impact. That episode, I mean, you know.
They've already used all the graphics, like the opening title and everything. They used it all.
Yeah. But the Idol.
I just have a question. I have a genuine, serious question. Okay, how many cigarettes do you think were smoked?
Anyway.
Okay. Anyways, so do you think they were prop cigarettes because they looked fake?
Well, I mean, they do have long cigarettes.
I don't know. I just see people around here smoking the cheap ones, so I wouldn't know fucking fancy, elegant, like long ass.
Yeah.
They just look like prop cigarettes.
I mean, knowing like The Weeknd or something, he's probably like, you have to smoke real cigarettes or it's not going to be sleazy enough.
Oh my god. He looked so bad. And I don't know why, but like every single scene, every single time you see Lily Rose Depp on screen, she's lighting a cigarette. Every single time.
Yeah. It like, yeah, I don't like the cigarette thing. Like, what were they trying to go for? Like, I don't get it. They were like, okay, well, some people don't smoke cigarettes at all in their movies and shows, so we're just gonna do the most.
Smoke the most. She's peeing on you. I'm just kidding.
Our podcat was about to be murdered. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Just relax. Yeah. No, you can relax. Yeah, stay over there. Anyway, but the Idol was like so bad. I thought the acting was bad, and the directing of all things. Like people were like, the cinematography's the only thing that's good. Like that wasn't even good.
Oh, we like
Where
Rachel
was it?
Sennett.
Yeah, and they somehow made her annoying and ugly.
We like Eli Roth.
And they made him annoying and ugly. Just kidding.
It was bad. It was so hard to get through. The first episode was so hard to get through that we looked at each other afterwards and collectively just silently agreed that we don't have to watch anymore.
Yeah, the color grading, the color correcting was like different by scene, which I guess like would make sense, but like it was just really badly done.
Also, I'm just going off memory here. Was it Jenny from Blackpink who was in that? I'm sorry you had to be put in something like this, you delicate angel. The songs, like the fake songs, they were literally like on the level of like Vanderpump Rules songs. I got this.
Yeah, exactly. Sheena Shea and Lala Ken's like, what are you guys doing with your music? Tom Sandoval, people.
We could be Gochi's
right?
You know.
But yeah, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna like make this show like disgusting, but then like it's like okay, but like what was their goal? Like were they trying to like say that you could like consent and like empower women this way or something? But it comes off like disgusting because it's two of the sleaziest guys in the world.
I don't feel empowered in the slightest watching The Idol. I feel secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
And secondhand smoke.
Like it was giving like Big Mike vibes, like where he's like
he's teaching the kid about the culture.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, well, my girlfriend's on OnlyFans, and like everyone's like empowered now. There's not gonna be OnlyFans. There's gonna be OnlyFans. You know, it's giving.
It's giving. My girlfriend, she owns a car.
Yeah, when she leases
it.
Oh my god.
My girlfriend has 8 cars in her garage, man. What do you have?
Maybe you shouldn't have kicked off George Janko and we wouldn't pick on you.
George Janko? Oh my god.
But yeah, that show was literally horrendously bad. Like everything about it. It was like a Nicholas Winding Refn rip-off. Like Diet Nicholas Winding Refn with like the vibes, but they literally like it was like they saw the Neon Demon and were like, let's make that, but they're bad.
Okay.
And so they suck.
Okay. Honest question. Would you rather rewatch episode 1 of The Idol or all 10 seasons of Vanderpump Rules again?
Oh no. Well, we're gonna have to still continue watching Vanderpump Rules because it's renewed for another season. Well, now that we gave The Idol a scathing review, you could check out our website if you want more review, because I put up like my whole like written thoughts out, which is pretty much what I just said, but like in written form. Very scathing and bad. But we can move on.
Speaking of scathing,
should we talk about John Wick 4 if we're gonna get into movies?
That's where I was going. That was the next words right out of my mouth. John Wick 4. Listen, I was very reluctant to watch John Wick, and he got me on board, and we watched 1, and I really liked it. We watched 2. It was okay. We watched 3. I fell asleep halfway through. We watched 4. We didn't really watch it. It was so bad.
Yeah. And I don't mind action movies really. Like, I mean, they're kind of played out now, but I don't. Was that bum fights out there? Did you hear
Someone
that?
yelling back at me?
Oh, I don't mind action movies, like, and I don't mind Keanu Reeves, but okay, like it progressively got more and more into like meme status, where like I feel like John Wick 1, yeah, like it kind of was like a meme at first, like that's kind of like why it got popular, like because no one really watched it when it first came out,
Yeah.
and then
One yawn per episode.
then people like watched it because they were like, oh, like it was a kind of a meme, but then but it was actually like it was good action, good directing. But then they were like, they amped up everything to the max in John Wick 4. Like, literally, there's a whole, like, 30-second scene where a guy's just walking down a hallway where the paintings on the wall are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like, until it's, like, laughably bad. Like, it's not even like it's like a joke at that point. It's a joke.
I only came for Rina Sawayama.
And she was barely in
And
it.
she was in it. But I checked out when the birds appeared out of nowhere and disappeared into thin air.
And like the entire like the guy's like, you know, I watched this like video breaking down like their VFX and stuff. And the guy's like, yeah, the director's like, yeah, I don't really like using visual effects unless it's gonna help push the storyline. And then in this entire John Wick 4, it's literally like the buildings are all CGI, the entire set's pretty much CGI, except when they're doing action, but then it's like not very like it's okay, like the action is okay, but then I don't know. Like the action was good, it was directed good.
Bill Skarsgård has a terrible accent.
Yeah, his worst role ever somehow. And I like him.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times I have to say big fan of the Skarsgård. Stellan could get it, but Bill really let me down in this movie.
Yeah, I don't understand. But then, you know, then everyone's like, well, it's not about like the story, but it's like, okay, well then why'd you give us 2 hours and 30 minutes of storyline and 30 minutes of action then?
Why is it so boring?
It should have been 2 hours and 30 minutes of nonstop action.
And more Keanu dialogue.
Yeah, and he changed up all the dialogue, so it's just, yeah, okay.
I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like he was just like, he kind of took like the mannerisms of John Wick and just like amped them up to meme status level. Like, where it's like,
my dog.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I can't get behind all that. I don't know. I was rooting for it. It was literally
it's
the first
Tyra
thing.
Banks meme. We were rooting for you.
It was the first thing I put on my watch list on Letterboxd when I first made my account ever. First thing I added because I was like, okay, I watched the first 3, and I was like, all right, the 4th one should be okay.
Right.
Jokes on me.
I can't believe that was that long ago. That. Cause,
and then the pandemic happened, and then they didn't like make it.
Yeah, because you were already like big on Letterboxd when we met. Like you already had a lot of followers.
Yeah.
And we met 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was like I don't know when they announced that, but it was a while ago when they announced it, and they immediately made a Letterboxd page for it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, another movie though that was one of the top on my watch list. It was like the 3rd thing I added. Beau Is Afraid, but it was like because it used to be called Disappointment Boulevard.
Yes.
And that was back in like 2020, 2019.
That's what I still want to call it.
I know, right? Well, yeah.
But yeah, I was really excited going into it, and in my rate, I feel like I would give it a solid 7.6.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding. I think I would give it a good 8.5. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really creative, and seeing the short film, because I just did a video on Ari Aster's short films.
When was that?
Oh, like last month.
I just said, well, I just my Beau short film video.
Well, see, when I did my video, I used video of all the short films, but I only used screenshots of Beau.
Right.
I could barely find any screenshots.
Yeah. I had to, I don't know. I just linked, I only got views on it because I hoarded out on my Letterboxd, and I was like, I posted the archive of the short film so you guys can watch it.
Nice.
Because they wouldn't let me post the short film in the video. So annoying.
Well, that's a good way to drive traffic. But having like the short film so fresh in my mind, like seeing the movie, I was like, where are they gonna take this past the first act?
Yeah.
Like out of the apartment, and it was wild. Amy Ryan,
it was a wild ride.
or Holly from The Office,
Right.
she was fucking crazy. I loved it. That whole family dynamic, that whole middle scene was just, I loved it. It was so. I just progressively was getting more mad and more uncomfortable watching that film.
There was like a lot of like long tracking shots that I thought were cool.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even really notice it because it's just adding to like the chaotic vibe of the movie, and that's why they did that.
So much going on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff happening in the background, and the camera's just like panning around, and you can just see all this stuff in the back.
You guys don't even understand how much we related to the opening, like the first little bit.
Right, literally today.
Yeah, we don't live in the best neighborhood, and where we do live, like we are fighting off homeless people like left and right. I'm being like not even like in a bad way.
Houseless? I'm just joking. Just kidding.
I'm sorry.
No,
We're the unhoused. Yeah, but they
get like aggressive around here,
Yes.
like just like the movie. Like that's why we were like, oh my god, we're living this.
Mean to us, and we don't provoke. Like they are mean unprovoked.
Yeah.
I'm scared, and it's not like, honestly, it's not like I'm not leaving things out there. I leave snacks, I leave clothes, I leave things out there all the time. I literally have a whole bag of belongings I'm leaving out there. But in the movie, when they all, like, the door was unlocked and they all flooded inside, there's literally a sign in our basement that says, make sure the basement door is shut. The homeless sneaked in again.
Yeah, seriously.
I felt that opening scene.
Today, there was like people outside, like on the property, like overdosing.
Oh my god, it was very triggering for me because as an addict, it's very triggering to have to watch.
Yeah, bad area. And this used to not be bad, right? Because I'm not from here.
Never this bad. Honestly,
it seemed like it was nicer.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it got bad here until I got sober.
Right. You were like, I got a
clear vision of everything. And I was like,
I can't go down.
Never going back, guys.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to joke about because honestly, it's scary and nobody's doing anything about it. But I feel like in that movie, opening scene of the film made it feel like it is right in your backyard, and it is.
Yeah, it's literally. And and then the Mariah Carey scene.
Oh my god. Tell me why. We watched that movie, and the next day I opened up my Facebook memories and I shared Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey on Facebook, and that was like the most awkward scene in the fucking movie.
Honestly.
Who would have thought in this year of our Lord 2023 we would have seen a Joaquin Phoenix Parker Posey sex scene to a Mariah. That feels very 90s. That feels very 90s.
I mean, it had a lot of funny moments, like the movie, and outrageous moments.
I know Joaquin Phoenix was just so lovable in that movie. Like, you just want to give him every time he was like, "Why are you doing this?" It's like, "Oh, I just want to give you a hug."
Honestly, there was just a lot going on, and I mean, I think everyone should watch it. It's a good story.
It's really funny too.
It's a long movie.
It's a long movie, but it was really funny to see like how some of the dialogue from the short film played out.
Right.
and how it was changed.
Yeah.
But there was also a Easter egg that I was looking for. I was incessantly skimming the movie for like the first hour of it, trying to find the TDF, Tino's Dick Farts. It's one of his short films. There's an Easter egg, and Zach Shevich from Intercut pointed that out, and I knew that going into the film, and I was
Did you see
trying.
it?
No,
Yeah, I didn't see it. I mean, I didn't watch that short, but
it's not good.
but I don't understand what A24 is going for with like blocking the short film being shown or like
Making it
reacted
so
to,
elusive.
when I'm just gonna say like we have like the right to do it. It's covered under the copyright law, and it's actually breaking our rights when they're blocking us from reacting and reviewing it. Just to let you guys know,
I just don't like. It's
when
what,
they copyright claim
like
it, they're abusing the
6 minutes
system.
long. Like, what
Yeah.
are we doing? Like fighting over 6 minutes.
Yeah, I don't understand it really. And then they botched like the release, and it literally flopped at the box office completely.
Well, I mean, it probably flopped because we didn't get to go see it in theaters.
No, that's why we didn't get to go. They
No,
literally
because it was at Lakeshore.
not when we tried to go. It was already out of there because they replaced it with like
Oh,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It
or
was
something.
Guardians of the Galaxy. They replaced it with. How rude.
Yeah, and they initially weren't even going to put it out into all these theaters. They were only going to put it out into like 4 theaters worldwide, and that was it.
I feel like we were lucky
Who
to
was gonna
see
watch that?
Infinity Pool when we did.
Yeah, true. I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we own it now.
Now we have the cum cut.
Are we going to have to get Beau Is Afraid?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to give us the director's cut, the 3.5 hour long?
I would sit through anything Ari Aster does for the rest of eternity. I love that man. I just want to make sure he's okay.
Right.
I just want to sit him down, really check on his mental health, just make sure he's stable, 3 heavy films. But our copy of Hereditary, I have 2 shitty copies of my favorite movie. And I feel like I need a copy because my Midsommar is in like a nice slipcover up there.
Do you have it on Blu-ray, Hereditary?
Yeah, but it's in like a shitty one.
Right.
I want a nice one. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
I mean, yeah, true. What else have we watched? We watched Reality. That movie with Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Honestly, could have done without it. It was just an hour, 20 minutes that it just consumed our time, and we could have watched something else.
Well, why didn't you like it?
It was just boring.
Right.
It just feels like when you hear about like the synopsis about the movie, you're like, oh, this is gonna be like a wild ride. It's not.
Yeah, no, I feel like the what is the word I'm looking for? Like the source material. There wasn't a lot to go on, but like when you actually like look into the story, it's like kind of crazy. But yeah, it's not really like a lot to go. At least it wasn't like 3 hours long.
Right, but all it was Sydney
And then they had
Sweeney
redacted
trying
shit.
to talk to cops.
There's a lot of Pokemon references.
A lot of Pikachu.
Right. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Oh man, I'm slouching.
Yeah, well, we both kind of, you're like smashing me over here, but it's
I
okay.
am straight spread the fuck out.
Well,
I've
we're
been
almost
sitting
done
in
with
my
this.
computer chair for so long. I haven't sat on a couch in forever. It feels like.
Sit on it more. What the heck? But, well, I mean, we can wrap it up if you want. I feel like that's everything we've been watching.
Oh, girl, cat fur in my mouth. Yeah. We wanted to do a special little pod, kind of talking about how we met and bonded over our love of movies. And I feel like that'd be a really cute pod because I feel like as soon as we met, it was like, okay, what are we watching tonight? But
Yeah.
we were in 2 different places.
Yeah, true. And we had to make it work.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that like next episode maybe?
Sure.
Hope you're
Yeah.
ready for the next episode. Hey.
Right.
Smoke weed every day.
Right. You're something else. Well, it's 9, so I think we have to wrap it up.
Ooh, do you know what time it is?
So you'll watch Righteous Gemstones episode 2.
It's cake and ice cream time, baby. Oh, I've been looking forward to having a piece of cake all day.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Maybe I'll just have my chocolate bar. So I got a chocolate bar. I got a dairy.
You don't want
milk.
fucking... I already ate my whole chocolate bar and I'm ready for some motherfucking cake.
Well, maybe you're full. What? Well, I had more pizza than you.
I almost ate the whole thing. I saved some for lunch tomorrow.
I didn't, because I'm fat. I'm just kidding.
You're not.
But hopefully this sounds pretty good with this audio device we have going.
Yeah, you might see a couple more comfy pods. I feel like I want to rework the pod lab.
What do you mean rework the pod lab? You didn't discuss this yet.
I was thinking about some stuff.
Well, can Redbar give us like 10 grand so he can go build a freaking studio down there like he did?
Yeah.
We need outboard gear. We need a whole drum set, guitar. Well, we have the guitars. We need a drum set. We need like 4 Moogs, as he called them.
Nutsack
What?
on your drum set.
Oh, right. You know, we need all those, and then we need like 4D cameras. We need one that's like swiveling,
I think we.
and then we need a Jules to control the camera.
Jules in the house. Jules in the house. It's gonna be a very difficult episode to get
Honestly.
through.
Well, what did you want to do?
I just want to change around the background a little bit, like with what's on the walls. I want to like update a little sign for us. I have some better equipment now, and I feel like I can do better.
Of the Nefarious Things podcast sign? What are we gonna do with that then? Should we auction it off?
Auction it off. Signed.
Or maybe we can hang it up here as like a little memento, like to show off that we have a pod.
Yeah, we can put it right in the front door when you come in. We are Nefarious Things podcast, bitches.
Yeah. Well, there's like room over there.
I know they can see the black void behind me of nothing on the wall.
Black void.
We just have black walls because we're living
Walls.
in purgatory like Slayer.
Right.
That was also a Viva La Bam reference.
We have to get the walls on the pod.
Walls.
Yeah.
Get you
Ryan Dunn
a
needs to be
girl
immortal.
that only knows Viva La Bam. That's all that lives in my head at all times.
Well,
I'm
I
tired.
guess we'll see them on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.
That's what I say on my videos.
Flip side. That's
Popos.
also what
That's
what Carson Runquist says. You're trying to be Popozo.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. And thank you.